Hello and welcome to this session on how to create, modify and develop your bass grooves by controlling your note lengths. The first thing you need to be able to do is just count quite evenly, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then be able to hit the strings or strike the strings on any of those beats. So I'm going to now strike the strings on beats 1 and 3 and let the notes sustain all the way through. So something like this, I'll just strike the open A string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, the note or the string keeps vibrating, keeps ringing until the next finger strikes. So make sure you can do that first of all. So that's a full note length or a full note duration. The next thing you can look at is stop on beats 2 and 4. This is very valuable. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see now with my striking hand, with my right hand, all I'm doing is plucking the string and resting, stopping on the beat that I want to stop on. So 1, stop, 3, stop, 1, stop, 3, stop. Okay, so I'm counting the beats that I'm striking the string and then the stops in between. That's just another way of counting it. Now, the next step, upwards or downwards, if we're sort of going in subdivisions, is we then subdivide into eighth notes, for example. So if I want to make the note duration just 1/8 note long, I have to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and so I'm stopping straight after the end. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so forth. The next thing, you could go down a level further and go 16th note. So 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3 and a 4E and a... See how the note is now much shorter. So I started with a note that was 2 beats long, then went to a note that was 1 beat long, then went to a note that was 1/8 note long, and then 1/16. So gradually working my way downwards into smaller increments that way. So that's the first thing you should at least be able to do, practice that. Okay, so what we're going to do now in a musical way is I've set up this band in a box track with a couple of chords. It's a 16-bar form. And I'll just let it run through first of all so you can just have a listen to it, and I'll point out, for example, what's happening with the bass drum. I'll tell you right now before we even go into it. The bass drum on the first 16 bars basically just plays beats 1 and 3, and they're the beats we'll be targeting, that we'll be playing on. And then in the second run through, in the second lot of 16 bars, and the bass drum is a lot more free, but we'll be still playing on beats 1 and 3, but playing shorter note durations. And then in the third chorus, it's actually pretty much the same as the first chorus. Again, the bass drum plays beats 1 and 3 again, so it's not quite as active. But the bass will always, we will always be playing beats 1 and 3. So just have a listen to the track first of all, just to get an idea of what's happening there. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Now here comes a second run through. Listen to the bass drum now. You see the bass drum is less predictable and the snare is much more bouncy and less predictable as well. Bar 9, 10, 11, 12, and after the 16 bars are over, on the next run through, I'll give you the chord names. Maybe jot them down. 16, C, 2, 3, 4, C, C, 2, 3, 4, C, Going to F now. F, 2, 3, 4, F. F, 2, 3, 4, F. 4 bars of C coming up. 3, 4, C. 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 Now we have 1 chord per bar. E minor, A minor, D7, G7, back to C. Okay, so there's your run through of the chord sequence. Please don't judge the actual style or anything like that. Just concentrate on what we're doing, and that is note durations. Okay, so you'll see that you'll be able to apply what we do in virtually any style or music genre, so any style of playing or music genre. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is simply demonstrate by playing one complete chorus using half notes only, so the notes virtually ring into each other, so you don't strike the string until it's time, so on beats 1 and 3. Then I'll play one chorus with quarter notes. Then I'm going to play half a chorus, or 8 bars, with 8th note duration, and the final 8 bars will be 16th notes. So this is where the concentration comes in, and we've got to be able to jump in and out of these note durations at any time. But first of all, we'll, take our time to get there, hurry slowly, so to speak. Okay, here's the track again with me playing along with it, and you're welcome to do the same. So the idea is to just be in control of your note durations, and in future videos I'll show you how you can apply this to get more groovy stuff happening, not just like short notes and not just like on the beat like that. But first of all, we've got to start somewhere. So a couple of things you need to be mindful of is how you're stopping the strings from ringing. I tend to use the next finger that's striking the string rather than lifting off the fingers. If you do that, so you get that sort of lift off fret buzz situation. Try to leave your left hand on the note and just stop with the next finger. So that goes for any note duration. So that's a really good tip, and I definitely recommend you practice that. Okay, so see what you get out of this session. It might take you several weeks work or even several months work. So on and off, keep on coming back to these types of exercises. You'll see it's going to be very, very valuable indeed. Okay, enjoy. Bye for now.